So an update before the video starts. I did add the fused harness. I ordered another one. And basically just plug the factory harness into the fused harness, plug the new harness in for the new switch into that fused harness, and plugged it into here. So it is fused now. What is up, guys, and welcome back to Lee's Automotive. Today we're going to be replacing the cruise control deactivation switch, also known as the brake pedal deactivation switch. This is a Ford recall on most Explorers and Rangers from about 1998 to 2001. I believe it's actually older years and newer years supported by the recall as well. It's on a lot of the F-150s and F-250s, also the F-350s. Now, I could have waited for the dealer to do this, but they said it was going to be about 2 weeks and that the parts were on back order. The last time I checked was about a week ago, and they said that the parts could take up to 2 months to get to them. So I just went on Amazon and bought this. The part number is S as in Sam, W as in watermelon, -6350. This is the Motorcraft part. It includes this harness and the actual switch itself and a zip tie. Now, another thing I did, because I didn't have the actual fused link that goes to this, that goes onto this recall. So what I did is I went on eBay, and for $5.46 I purchased this. This is a brand new fused harness. This is actually telling you about the recall. Basically, the fuse in this will pop if brake fluid leaks from here, right here, into this connector. And what it does is, basically, if this leaks and it does not have the fuse on it, like if it's plugged up like that, and it never does anything but leaks and gets in this harness, it can actually cause the vehicle to catch on fire, even if the vehicle is turned off and not running. It is a known issue on Explorers, Rangers, F-150s, F-250s, and F-350s. It is a known fire recall. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to put the new switch in here and put the fused harness in and zip tie all this up like they would at the factory. Well, not really at the factory, but at the dealership when they do the recalls. So yeah, basically I believe this is a 10mm or an 11mm nut that is on the bottom side of this. If you see my previous video on the brake booster, you would know that I actually removed the fuse box. Before anybody comments and says that, hey, you forgot to tighten your fuse box back up, no, I actually tightened it back up. It's bolted back in. So yeah, let's get a socket, or not really a socket, but an adjustable wrench, or maybe even a 11mm wrench. That would be best for this. I am a bit everywhere. I'm currently working with a sprained ankle, so it's kind of hard to get around much, but I am going to get this content out to you guys, and plus I kind of need this vehicle. Another thing we're going to do is replace the brake cap, basically the reservoir cap gasket. It is leaking. Y'all probably seen in the last video where the reservoir is actually wet. It's because this gasket is leaking. The part number for this gasket is 42098. It's a Dorman part. I could not find the Motorcraft replacement. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to find me an 11, I believe that size is, and go back over to this and start unloosening it. Now, before we get into this, one thing you want to do when you get this unloosened, you want to get the new switch in here as fast as possible and do not get any debris or dirt in here, because again, this is your brake fluid and you don't want anything in your brake fluid that should not be there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually open this pack and get this switch ready, so as soon as I pull that one out, I can screw the new one into it. That way there is no cross-contamination or anything like that. I'm going to sit you guys right there while I open this. And here is the switch. It looks quite different, as you can tell from that one. Totally different. This is an improved design. Now, one thing I want to clear up here while we're talking about this. A lot of people say you don't need the fused harness if you have this brand new sensor. While that might be true, I personally feel safer and feel better with having the fused harness, just in case this ever did leak, it would not burn my truck down. I don't want, a fire or anything, especially considering that I park beside multiple vehicles, and I would hate to see a fire or anything like that displace people or hurt someone. So basically, I'm just going to do it this way and use the harness. Even though maybe it's not required, I still feel better, and I have peace of mind knowing that if it was to catch on fire or leak, it would pop the fuse. So, enough rambling, let's get to this. There is an orange cap here you can remove. I'm going to remove this at the last second as soon as we start pulling this sensor out, so I don't get any dirt or dust in this. So basically what you're going to want to do, I believe this is an 11 mil. It's actually bigger than an 11 mil. So let's get a bigger wrench. Again, most of my videos are uncut, basically raw footage. I don't like editing much just because my PC, while it is capable of doing it, I don't like having to spend the time to do it. Now there is some videos that are edited that I do cut. But I am recording with a Galaxy A02s. Wow, this is actually pretty big nut that they put on there. I believe it might be actually a 15. Could be a 14. I'm going to try 15. And if not, I will have to get something different. So it is a 15. Actually, it might be a 14. Let me get a 14. Just to be on the safe side, I don't want to screw that up or mess the threads and not be able to get it out. That would be a bad day. Again, I know my videos are all over the place. I'm not very organized, to be honest. But let's see. It's a tight fit. Yeah, I'm gonna use a 15 because I do not want to booger the threads up on this. Let me get that 15 and let me pop this out. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm just going to take this 15 mil wrench and I'm going to get it in here and I'm going to pop this loose. I said I was. This thing's going to turn me into a liar. Try not to hit a fuel line or anything of that nature. Alright. This thing's starting to be a pain. There we go. Very tight fit. Wow. I don't know. There we go. I don't know how the dealer does that, honestly, with their bigger wrenches. So basically what I'm going to do is, before I take this out, I'm going to take the new sensor and pop this cap off. As you see, there's nothing in there. It's just a sensor. I'm going to set it sensor side up. And while I do that, I'm going to take the sensor. And as soon as I pull it out, wow. Yeah, it's pretty old. Nothing's leaking out, thankfully. So I'm going to take this. I don't believe you use any thread locker or anything. I believe this is just a compression fitting almost. Basically it seals itself. Yeah, I'm going to tighten it down and then hit the brakes and see if there's any leaks. I'm not anticipating there will be, because this is how I was told to do it, and I've actually looked at the instruction video online. This is what it shows you to do. Yeah, that's not going to work. So it'd be a 15 mil on the original sensor, and then the new sensor is going to be way bigger. I'm thinking more like a 17. Let's hope I got a socket big enough. Or a wrench, I mean. I keep saying socket. No, I do not. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Do not hand tighten this, by the way. It won't be tightened if you use your hand. You're going to need a tool. Let's see. I'm going to have to get an adjustable wrench of some kind and then come right back. So you're going to need a 7/8 wrench for this. Basically, you do not want to over tighten this. Alright, sorry about that. Basically, you do not want to over tighten this, but you just want it to be tight enough, like that. Now I'm going to hit the brakes and check for leaks. Okay, so I laid on the brake pedal for a few minutes and I'm not seeing any leaks or anything, so I'm going to show you guys how to do the harness. Alright, so this is the harness that comes with this kit, and this is the harness that comes from the recall. So what you want to do is you want to take this end right here and plug it into this end. So you plug these two together, and then the harness on your vehicle plugs into this one. So I didn't get to install the fused harness because there's a damaged pin on that harness. So I just installed it like they want you to in the kit. So yeah, that would be about it. Just plug it all in and there you go. You should have working cruise control and a fireproof vehicle where this doesn't catch on fire and leak. Thank you for watching Lee's Automotive. If you liked the comments and the video, please comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see me do next. And with that, thank you so much.